Adventure. We use that word so much these days, and look, because we've been relentless, we've got 3 nice motorcycles here. And now that we have these bikes here, what do you think we should be doing? I have an idea. Oi, let's go to Africa.
अफ्रीका सही है भाई. Africa? No way.
Absolutely. Prayers got us adventure bikes. Now let's start praying that they know how to swim, right?
But Africa, I don't have a visa. Even my passport is up for renewal.
Listen, don't worry about your passport and visa. Don't worry about anything. I've got it all covered. Let's just go and have an adventure.
If you're so confident, chalo, let's ride.
Absolutely. Mr. Adventure, you should take the adventure for the adventure. Perfect. Makes sense.
But I'm already on the Himalayan. Let's just get going, no?
Hey, I'm taking the XPulse. Like, it's my bike. Tum log lado yaar. XPulse is mine.
I'll take the Himalayan. Please.
I haven't that since the launch. There has to be a solution.
Eventually, to settle who was going to ride what, we decided to use the ancient Tanzanian technique of drawing chits. The off-road rookie Arun was super lucky with the XPulse. And as the off-road enthusiast, I gladly accepted the Himalayan. And fittingly, Ruman,
Why are you going for the chit? I already got the
self-proclaimed off-road expert, ended up with the KTM 390 Adventure. Or so it seemed.
It says XPulse here.
But you're the expert, na? So it's okay.
But it was all settled and we were excited to get going on our adventure of a lifetime.
And I'm ready to deliver. It's your time to quit. Two can play this game, but only one can be the winner.
A cool, misty morning welcomed the adventurers. One by one, the energy multiplied. Golden sunshine, green fields, and cups of chai. Everything was in place. Well, almost everything. But then, Mr. Slow turned up. And he was promptly shooed off. He would have to earn his chai.
I think I'm electric. 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 I think I'm electric.
We tried egging him on to get him to speed up.
I think I'm electric.
But eventually we had to settle down. And in our comfortable bubble, we started to see Africa everywhere. Which kind of got to our heads and lifted up bums off our seats. Well, except for the noob, of course. It was going to be a long ride to the port of Chennai and then a long journey by sea. But then, oddly, Ruman signaled for us to get off the highway. Puzzled, but in the spirit of adventure, we followed him onto State Highway 1. Civilization became a distant memory very quickly. The impeccable roads tempted us to go deeper into the forest, and we didn't resist. Soon, the forest overcame everything. It was so dense that it felt like we were trespassers, not travelers. The road soon disappeared and a dusty track took over. And then
Ow, got a bug in my eye. Nice ride, huh?
Dude, where are we right now?
This is the road to Africa.
Dude, this is the Western Ghats.
Basically, any random jungle is your idea of Africa.
Listen, I kid you not. Africa is just around the corner. The road ends here. Let's get walking. We'll be there in a minute.
So now we are walking to Africa.
Welcome to Africa.
Wow, that was amazing, man. We crossed the Indian Ocean so fast and I'm dry.
Global warming is for real, I think, huh?
Baba Ruman. Too good, too good.
Alright, so we hadn't crossed the Indian Ocean, but soon we saw why Ruman called this Africa. There were questions that needed answering.
Well, don't be surprised. The thing is, the people you see here from Africa, I mean, right now, this is almost a third or the fourth generation of people, basically called the Siddhi tribe. And they came in first as rulers, and they were quite a fierce tribe. Proved quite challenging for the Marathas to fight against as well. And then the second wave came in with the Portuguese.
So they've been here for ages.
They've been here for generations.
What a secret, man.
In
I
fact-
never even knew about this.
In fact, this is not the only place they are. There is another Siddhi settlement also close to Gir in Gujarat. And that's how it goes.
So
So
how do they communicate? Because I heard the language, it sounds a bit like Marathi.
yeah, that's actually a good question. It is not Marathi, it's
Konkani.
the sort of coastal Marathi. And they speak in Kannada as well.
Wow.
Yeah, and in fact, the guys in Gir will speak to you in Kutchi, in Gujarati. So they've adapted completely. The setting is very much like Africa, as you would agree. But
Bye. A great history lesson. No doubt. Fantastic experience. But what are the motorcycles going to do here? Can you please tell me that?
listen, don't worry about the motorcycles. We'll get to that tomorrow. Aren't you tired? We walked so much.
So basically, this isn't Africa. Like, these guys are as Indian as you and me. This is cheating.
It's simple. It's time for a punishment, Roman.
Okay, listen.
No.
Listen, don't jump
Today
the gun.
Africa.
Today Africa, tomorrow we're going to Europe next.
Tonight we'll be staying in Europe, right?
You guys don't worry about tonight. Because tonight we're staying at a 7-star.
But this time, Roman more than fulfilled his promise because we spent the night not just with 7 stars, but millions of them. Albeit in a ditch.
It's time to wake up. Snake!
Fuji, Fuji.
Oh, it's you.
What kind of place is this? Forget Wi-Fi, there was no even 4G. Couldn't even eat my virtual chicken dinner. Thanks, Roman.
So, Roman, any other great ideas for like what could your punishment be? Because it's going to need a great idea. It's going to be a massive one, man.
100 sit-ups, sorry.
100. That's paying for a day, 2 max.
Yeah, right. First Africa, then he made us sleep in the bloody foundation of a 7-star hotel.
Listen, stop complaining. We had a nice ride and well, we did see a bit of Africa. Okay, listen, let's settle this once and for all. We've got our bikes. We're in the middle of a forest. Let's race.
Sure. Actually, that's a good idea. Alright, looks like we're set. Ready to race, Mr. KTM? Of course. Okay, now the rules are you have to overtake both of us by the end.
Sorry, I have the most powerful bike here, Captain Obvious.
So, okay, I'm taking a 1 minute head start.
For what? I mean, for what, really?
I'm an off-road noob here. You're an expert, so I need something.
Listen,
And least powerful bike also.
I'm sorry, you have the lightest bike here.
The least
There's
powerful.
no... Fine, you know what? Take 30 seconds.
Take it, yeah.
Okay, and because of the beautiful stay arrangements from last night, because of which I have a cold, a cough, and I'm just feeling very sluggish, and the fact that I'm riding the heaviest motorcycle here.
Sorry to interrupt you, but your bike also has the highest suspension travel, so there's no excuse for you. You know what? Take 15 seconds. Cool? Traction control. Ah, come on. Okay, off, ABS, off-road. Yep, we're good to go.
Arun was having to find his rhythm super quick, and the XPulse was backing him up to the hilt. The Himalayan was pelting along unfazed, and soon Arun was in sight. It seemed like Roman would catch up and pass us all too soon. But then the noob had a genius idea. Here the things were more even, and Arun's sense of adventure seemed to be growing. But not enough to keep the sure-footed Himalayan behind him, which meant... But then fate intervened. Roman found himself stuck on an incline, and the adventure's finicky clutch meant he stalled it. Hard luck. And we charged out. The Himalayan followed by the XPulse and the KTM once again in hot pursuit. But then...
Dude, today was fun, no?
Winning is such a good feeling.
Did you say say winning.
Yeah.
Usually that's called cheating, you know.
Whoa, Mr. Africa, you have a problem being cheated on, I see.
Arey, ठीक है, it's okay. You're one of us here. Come on. You're one of us here. Come. Chal, nikal. What is that for?
Take a wild guess.
Internet. Of course you need high-speed internet for excitement when you've got a motorcycle like that. For that, my 390 Adventure is more than enough. You should have seen the way I was flying on that bike.
Huh?
And, excuse me, I caught up with you guys like that in an instant.
Flying in our rearview mirrors, huh? Chal.
Go away, listen. If you guys hadn't, sorry to bring it up again by the way, if you guys hadn't cheated, and I've flown past you guys.
See, it was not cheating, okay? I know that my bike is underpowered.
Strategy, dude.
So I just took one detour because the positive point of the XPulse is that it's very compact. And even though for a noob rider, like on those tight technical trains, it gave me so much confidence. And it's such a light motorcycle that even if I dropped it, I can easily pick it up. And being a hero, it's a cheap fix. Unlike your KTM.
Well, since you said light motorcycle, can you say that about the bike you were riding today?
That's one thing I can't defend it on. In my head, I've nicknamed it Porky. It's lovable as well. That's why, because you get on that motorcycle and it just feels so good, doing so many things. And you factor in the weight and you go over roads like that and you think it will feel out of place, but it doesn't. That chassis and suspension really does work, which makes me just wonder about a couple of things. If it was lighter, or if it had a bit more punch, or ideally both together, it would be magic. It would really be magical.
You know, the one thing I was really envious of you for is when you guys were cheating, I saw how...
Strategy.
That's just cheating. But really, I saw how effortlessly you were standing up on the Himalayan, which is something I can't do on the 390 Adventure. I mean, it's got that 855 mm seat height, which gives you altitude sickness, by the way. And then you stand and that handlebar is so low, it makes it so uncomfortable to confidently use all of that power I've got.
But even for the XPulse, the standard handlebar, I feel it's a bit low for my height. But again, Hero has a quick and a cheap fix like handlebar risers. $500, that's it. From the rally kit they have got right now. So yeah, that motorcycle has like fantastic value. Like for the price of your KTM 390 Adventure, I can have a XPulse and a 390 Duke for my road riding. So that's a perfect 2-bike garage.
There has been a surprise for me also today while riding. Thinking about things that have transformed, like risers would on your XPulse. For me, something that has really changed on the Himalayan is the braking.
Oh yes, I remember the first gen Himalayan had such a bad brake. Like they had no feel, they felt very dead.
Absolutely wrong in terms of the bite, in terms of the feel. But now with the ABS system on it, they just feel so different. They're so easy to use. You feel confident with them and confident using them even over the loose stuff. And with the switchable ABS, which basically gives you ABS on the front wheel, off-road use is fantastic because you can rely on the front brakes and you can lock the rear, slide it around and job done. It's really great.
My XPulse only has a off-road ABS actually. It's a single channel ABS.
They should be promoting it that way.
It's got a single channel ABS, but that ABS has a mind of its own. That calibration is so off, like it does whatever it feels like. That's the only part on the bike which makes a rider feel nervous. Like for a newbie rider like me, everything else on the bike is superb, but that brake, that just puts you off. I hope that Hero fixes that up.
I think you're forgetting something. There's one more thing that should make you nervous, and you too. You guys haven't got the tires that I've got on my Adventure.
They are made from rubber only. It's the same thing.
And probably better for off-road, no?
Yeah.
No, your tires are not tubeless, which means if you guys were to have a puncture here,
But we have spoke wheels.
if you guys were to get a puncture out here, I'd have been in Africa while you guys would have fixed your tires.
Arey, yaar, enough of your Africa. Can't find network here. What network I'm going to get in Africa? Anyways, you guys continue. I'm just looking for some network here.
Sometimes I can't believe this. Really.
But you know what? I hope he enjoys tomorrow because tomorrow is going to be quite cool, no?
Yeah, we'll just chill, take it easy, take the long way round home. Determined not to be punished again, I had made sure we slept in great comfort, having set up a fantastic campsite using only naturally available resources. The next morning, I was sure all would be well once again. Good morning.
Hey, morning, man.
Shall I pour you some chai?
Dude, I will hit the spot. How many rounds have you guys had till now, yeah?
Well, last night, Arun said he went looking for Wi-Fi.
But he hasn't come back. That was last night, man. Dude, his bike isn't here.
Let me just check his tent. Arun? Dude, he's not in his tent either.
He didn't come back?
Our fears came true. Arun had never returned the night before. Worried, but looking for a tiny ray of hope, we went out into the forest.
Hey, man.
Morning, guys.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm cool, man.
What are you doing here?
I was looking for internet, man. I couldn't find it.
And why didn't you just come back to the campsite?
Actually, I got lost. I couldn't find my way back.
You were worried, man.
I'm sorry, but
No way.
You need some water?
no, I came here for so much water over here. So
Wow, smarts, man.
So you ordered a pizza as well?
no network. Yeah, I wish I could have a pizza over here.
How about some biscuit then?
Oh yes.
So the campsite's not too far from here, right?
How am I supposed to know that?
You don't know the way out?
I don't even know how we found him.
You know the way back, right? I came in the dark. That's why I got lost. You guys came in the daylight.
Hello, you should know.
Yeah, I'm not in the habit of getting lost, you know. But right now, it looks like we are.
Anyways, let's see.
Disappointed? This was feeling a bit tiresome. But the spot that we were in was anything but. Just being there felt relaxing and fun.
Guys, do we know where we're going?
No idea, man. Just riding.
Why don't you use your navigation, man, built into your screen?
Yeah, Rohan, just use that TFT, fancy TFT screen of yours.
You're one to talk, huh? You're the one who's got... What's that? Turn by turn navigation.
But we're not turning right now. And I didn't spend 4 lakh rupees on a motorcycle with a screen, okay?
I don't have Bluetooth, I don't have a TFT screen. What I have is a compass and it works.
All right, Mr. 16th century, where do we go then?
My compass says a destination is...
Okay, Mr. Columbus, let's go!
That was all we needed. Re-energized and with adventure motorcycles at our disposal, we'd find a way out, at least eventually. Through the densest of forests and many unknown paths, our adventure motorcycles eventually emerged. And then we realized While bikes like these are phenomenal to travel to the outdoors on, the bikes that live here are the most ordinary. Adventure, as it turns out, is only a state of mind. And in that sense, every motorcycle is capable of adventure. The question is, how much can you handle?